The G20 Summit has concluded in South Africa. India, the world's fastest growing major economy, played a strong and proactive role across sessions and bilaterals. Even Prime Minister Narendra Modi called the summit a milestone for global cooperation. The summit declaration backed global efforts to triple renewable energy capacity and debt resilience for the developing countries. G20 leaders also condemned terrorism in all forms. They called for protection of sovereignty, territorial integrity and human rights. The leaders agree that multilateral cooperation is essential amid global tensions.
The G20 South Africa Summit Leaders' Declaration is more than words. It is a commitment to concrete actions that will improve the lives of people in every part of the world. More than that, it reaffirms our renewed commitment to multilateral cooperation and our recognition that our shared goals outweigh our differences.
Prime Minister Modi said the world must now pursue inclusive and sustainable growth. He added that integral humanism offers a balanced development model. Prime Minister Modi proposed 6 new global initiatives at the summit. First, a global traditional knowledge repository to document community wisdom around the world. Second, the G20 Africa Skills Multiplier to train 1 million certified trainers in Africa over the next decade. Third, a roadmap to counter the drug terror nexus to target synthetic drug trafficking and illicit terror financing. Fourth, a G20 Global Healthcare Response Team for rapid deployment of medical experts during crisis. Fifth, a critical minerals partnership to improve mineral recycling. And lastly, a satellite data partnership to provide space-based data for the global south. Now on the sidelines of the summit, Prime Minister Modi met the leaders of Australia and Canada. The three announced the Australia-Canada-India Technology and Innovation Partnership, which will deepen cooperation on emerging tech, supply chain resilience, clean energy and AI adoption. Prime Minister Modi held a leaders' dialogue with Brazil and South Africa. He said the India-Brazil-South Africa or IBSA grouping connects 3 democracies, 3 economies and 3 continents. The group reaffirmed its role as the voice of the global south. Prime Minister Modi called the second day of the summit fruitful. He spoke at 2 key sessions and shared India's view on expanding development initiatives. He also held several productive bilateral meetings with world leaders. The Indian Prime Minister also met Japan's Sanae Takaichi. Both leaders agreed to boost cooperation in innovation, defense and trade. He also met Italy's Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni next. The 2 leaders adopted the India-Italy joint initiative to counter financing of terrorism. They also discussed deeper ties in AI, space, defense and security. And finally, the Indian Prime Minister later met Canada's Mark Carney. Both sides agreed to push cooperation in trade, investment, energy and education. The shared target is $50 billion in trade by 2030. Prime Minister Modi called the G20 summit a success, one that he said would contribute to a more prosperous and collaborative world. And with that, the curtains come down on this year's G20. The leadership now passes on to Washington, with the next G20 summit set to be held in the United States.
They promised glory. They delivered fear. They shaped nations. They scarred generations. From brutal purges to propaganda machines, from stolen power to violent falls from the throne. Welcome to The Dictator, a series that strips away the myth and then exposes the men behind the tyranny. History remembers their power. Firstpost reveals their truth.